Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hopefully, y'all can see and hear me okay. Aska dropped another big update. Actually, it was last week, but devs reached out again with a few keys for me to give away, so I'm excited to do that again today. It's such an awesome game. Looks like a few of you haven't heard about it. Yeah, May, never seen Aska until today. Looking forward to the stream. Heck yeah. Yeah, it's really fun. It's a really fun game. Kind of a unique aspect with villagers and the whole AI system and all of that. It's a pretty fun game. A little harsh and a little grindy, but it's fun. So definitely stay tuned. And I'll be giving details about the giveaway and stuff in a minute here. We'll just wait to get started. Wait for people to come in. Hey, Erksum, how's it going? I have to say, Aska is more like Valheim had a baby with RTS. Yeah. Yep. Still Saber, welcome. Yeah, they just posted a hotfix. Yep, I saw that, so I just restarted Steam. Yep, it's kind of funny how that happens right before going live, isn't it? Hey, Christy, how's it going? You're gonna know a lot more about this than I do. Christy's been doing a few streams about it, and yeah, you cover a lot more of Aska over on your channel. It's such an awesome game, though. First time watching me live. Oh, awesome. Well, it's not an Enshrouded or building stream necessarily like a lot of the streams I do. Actually, speaking of the Enshrouded, the next tavern build stream will hopefully happen later this week, either tomorrow or Friday. Most likely Friday. But then next week, I'm going to be out of town in Mexico. So I won't be posting then, but it's fun. We've got a week of content. Yesterday, I did the post of the staircase build in Enshrouded. Today we're doing the Aska update. So yeah, huge shout out to the devs. You guys are awesome, and thanks for giving me keys and the ability to do the giveaways and everything. And it looks like the stream is buffering again. So hang on here. All right. Oh, we're live again. Can you guys hear me? Stream had buffering issues today. Don't look at this channel for it. Still need to delete it. Right. Hey, Caladron, how's it going? And Poseidon in Twitch chat, welcome. Sorry for the connection, you guys. Threaten the internet connection. It always works, right? Someday maybe they'll get fiber to my area, but you never know. Cinco, how's it going? Working on your character on Shrouded. It gave Alchemist, the Hunter new places to live. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Sarts, how's it going? Jumanji, welcome. Welcome, everyone. Yours was acting up because of the freezing rainstorms up here. Yeah. I know, internet, it just depends. It's all over the place. At least I figured out how to refresh it though, so I can reset it midstream, which is what I just did. It has a little pause and stuff, but we'll be able to keep going as long as it doesn't permanently cut out, which is pretty rare at least. So, all right. Well, what I want to do today is I want to first review their patch notes because they have some really detailed patch notes on a lot of things that were added. That'll help me kind of know a lot of the new things because it's actually been a while since I've played Aska. Did it a little bit a while ago, but there's a lot of things with this update. It is a massive update. And then I'm hoping we could hop into the game and maybe check out some of the lakes that were added and maybe hop into my existing world and just see kind of how to upgrade some of the stuff and some of the new content. I won't be able to cover everything in game today, obviously, because that would mean doing a whole Aska playthrough, which would take, I don't know, at least 40 or 50 hours if I really rushed it. But we'll cover what I can and at least do the patch notes. And then maybe after reading the patch notes, I will give some details for the giveaway. But basically, just be sure to subscribe and then join the Discord server. I have a link for that in the description. And you could also just !! Discord server in the, or ! Discord in the chat, I think pulls it up. So you can join that if you're not already in there. And then I have a giveaways channel where I just put the giveaway right as I started the stream. So you can just click enter on there. And then at some point in the stream, I will try to draw the winners if it doesn't automatically do it for me in a couple hours here. But yeah, I'm gonna try the bot in Discord to do the giveaway. I'm actually trying to trying to reset my stream bot. Right now I'm just using Stream Elements, which actually can't run giveaways on YouTube. It can do a little more with Twitch, but it's pretty rudimentary, and I would love to update my my stream bot at some point to something else, or just make my own or something. So we'll see. Thanks, Christy. Yeah, pull out the Discord link. Yeah, they have Steam Deck compatibility now. So yeah, Aska did this massive update and just got fully approved and everything for Steam Deck. So you can now play it native on Steam Deck, which is awesome for everyone who has that. I've actually never tried it, but that's awesome that a lot of games are coming out with it. All of that. Einstein, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. All right, so let me pull up a Steam page with the update patch notes here. And let's see. Can you guys see this okay? Looks like my camera's not covering it too much. So the update is a major update 5, lakes and outposts. So we'll go over some of this today. Going to try it on the Steam Deck soon. Oh, nice, drone. Yeah, let us know how that goes. It's probably going to run pretty smooth. It's pretty performance friendly, and at least I know right when it came out, I've tried it on controller at least, and it runs really, really smooth on there, which is awesome. It's very performance friendly. Laughing Girl, welcome. Welcome. How's it going? You haven't installed already? Just been busy playing Enshrouded? Yeah. Yep. It'll be fun to hop back in. It's always nice of the devs to give me keys and reach out when there's updates and stuff. Gives me a little motivation to hop back in and check it out, where it's been going and headed and everything, because it really is an amazing game. So I always like to support them with that. You think your eyesight isn't good enough to play on Steam Deck? Right, because it's a smaller screen and stuff. It's definitely nice being able to play on monitor and everything. Yep. Christy, don't comment on my tabs. Can I zoom in? Come on, where's the zoom in option? It's fine, it's not that many. It's not that many. They literally just end, you know, they end. It's okay. I've got a lot of like stuff pulled up from some research I've been doing. Because last week I had a bit of a busy week as well. I actually filed a trademark for Chiselchip, which is exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time. It was a lot of work. And some of that nice moolah to the USPTO. But we might be like official in a year or something. It's kind of a sought-after thing. And so I was like, you know, I kind of want to protect my YouTube channel at least and be able to keep using it. And so that would be exciting and pretty cool. So that's what I was up to last week, which kind of took a lot of the week, a lot of my free time. But glad to be back again. Triple S Clown, how's it going? Welcome. And D, welcome. Yeah, a lot of taps drawn. Usually close them during the stream though. Yeah, whatever. I could use a different browser, but you know, it's fine. I'll have like 4 browsers. One for streaming, one for certain tabs, one for other tabs. Yep. All right, let's dive in. Start checking out some of this stuff. Newest update. Yeah, dubbing Outposts and Lakes for the name of it is officially live. All right. Let's check this out. You can now create outposts, which allow villagers to live and work in distinct territories. This is really, really cool. And I'll kind of touch on that in a minute here. This gives you a whole new level of control and allows you to spread easily across the map. Well, there you go. It pretty much explained it. Create supply lines and prevent villagers from making unwanted trips. Mining outposts, fishing villages, forward attack camps, and much more are now possible with the new outpost system. In order to create an outpost, build the new outpost building, build homes next to the outpost, and assign villagers to those homes. They will now live in the new outpost. So this is great. We can now just keep playing Aska, keep spreading across the entire island, because a while ago they also had a patch that now allows us to plant trees, which is awesome, because previously we'd kind of been running out of wood, especially if you played for a long time, because trees were not regrowable. And a lot of things in Aska require wood. So that's really exciting. And the combination of that and the outpost feature to just essentially create this whole island into this thriving village eventually, because there's not really any limit to it. One of my friends has like 180 villagers already, and it's nuts. You can go crazy with this game, put so many hours in to create this huge automated village, and this will only just help with that, especially for kind of spreading things out, trading with villagers, all that kind of stuff. Let's see. Outpost works similarly to warehouse, featuring platforms for storages. Unlike the warehouse, you can reinforce the outpost with walls and a tower for extra protection. That is awesome. Outpost also comes with a full built-in hut, so you can manage local builders. Make sure you check all the new tutorials covering these features. Nice. And it looks like we've got a little image of the outpost there, which is cool. You always ended up starting a new seed long before you got a point of running low on wood. Yeah, irksome. Yep. I haven't in any of my playthroughs yet been worried about wood. But yeah, if you really get the hang of the game and really play for a lot, it'll become an issue. Not anymore, but yeah, that was kind of our previous thing. But yeah, similar to you, I've started a lot of playthroughs of this game because the start is a bit rough. Like, I feel like you're gonna have to do at least 3 small playthroughs of this game, like at least 3 starts to this game, before you get a hang of how it works. Because like it's on a timed basis. You start like in the spring, unless you select when or what season you want to start at. But like you got to prepare for winter, like quick. You've got spring and summer to like get some villagers in, get some clothes made and stuff. But there's all 4 seasons in Aska, all types of mobs and village raids and things that you got to protect your villagers from. You got to keep yourself and your villagers healthy from sickness and cold and things like that. Got to have enough food for everyone so they don't starve. It's a pretty crazy game. And then eventually you get the villagers kind of running their own village to where you're just kind of sitting back and managing it all and assigning them tasks and things like that. It's a really cool system. Yes, you can absolutely play this game solo. Yep, you can play, I think, is it 4 people as well if you want to do multiplayer? But yeah, it's definitely doable solo. Yeah, it's a harder game. So just, yeah, keep it going is the best advice I'd have for Aska. Don't just sit around and let the days and nights pass without doing anything. You gotta work a little bit at first before your village starts to run itself. But yeah, you can absolutely play solo. Yeah, not easy, but it's a really fun game. Exactly. Yeah, winter is brutal the first time, definitely. You'll learn a lot, like, in the first, in the first year, in-game year of playing Aska, which is not that long, but yeah. You'll learn a lot about how the game works. Yep. So yeah, any of you that don't have it or are interested, like I said, doing a giveaway, we're doing 2 keys today, so we've got 2 winners. Yeah, harder solo for sure, exactly. It's nice having multiple people or at least another friend because then you can kind of both be managing something. And it just goes a little bit faster with just making sure the villagers don't die or leave the village. So next up, we have the lake biome. Now features beautiful lake biomes rich with fish and reeds. New species of fish have been specifically made for this biome, and the abundance of reeds should mitigate any thatch storage you might have. This is perfect. So the lakes are not only just lakes as the biome themselves, but they now have resources, so we don't always have to be locked to creating a village on the shoreline if we want to be finding reeds and be able to go fishing. So now we could find an inland lake somewhere on the island, and it gives us a lot more opportunity and possibility to set up a village because fish is a really great source of food in this game. So that's just really cool that they kind of not only added the outposts, but also added lakes and things to be able to just really spread out across the map and not run out of the resources that you need. So if you want to set up a thing by the ocean, you could do that. You could set up an outpost by a lake and just have all the resources. And it's, yeah, really, really cool that they kind of are making all of these updates really carefully thought through and making them all work with each other, which is great. And we do have to start a new save for the lake biomes. So it will not, unfortunately, happen in an existing save, which makes sense. I think Enshrouded is pretty unique with that, with everything outside of a Flame Altar boundary resetting when an update happens. But in a game like Aska or Valheim, if you've explored the area, and in Aska just in general, since the island's a little smaller, for any changes to the world specifically, we will have to start a new save. So that's what we'll probably do today, is we'll start something fresh and just see if we could find a lake and check them out and stuff like that. Maybe give you guys, any of you that haven't played the game before or don't know what it is, you'll get to see the graphics and other things. It's a pretty game. It's really nice. All right. So we've got new buildings, added a whole host of new tier 2 buildings. Yay! Besides the increased hit points and ability to paint them, so we can now paint and customize our buildings. This is really, really cool. So, and for those of you that don't know, Aska, rather than building something from scratch like Valheim or Enshrouded, you're building from blueprints. So it's like you place the blueprint of the building down, and then yourself or your villagers can go out and gather the resources and then build that blueprint. And by doing that, they make it all work with their whole AI villager system, which is kind of cool. So yeah, it's not quite as like building heavy as something like Enshrouded or Valheim. It's more about design and efficiency that you're thinking about with a game like Aska. Rather than what to build, it's about how your village is laid out and, yeah, how efficiently it's working, for lack of a better term. 0 to 3 lakes per island. So if you want to make sure you have one in the world, you might want to find it before you start building. Okay, that's really useful, Christy. Yeah. So it'll be similar to caves, because caves are a bit more rare. I think there's, yeah, around 3 caves per island. So yeah, it sounds like lakes are going to be similar to that. That makes sense. So you don't, because the islands are fairly small, so you don't get, all the resources you could ever need and just do a massive fishing village. But you've also got the ocean line and stuff. It's just cool that lakes can kind of allow you to spread out across the map a little more. How big is Aska's world? Similar to Valheim? No, it is smaller. So right now it's an island. You could walk around the boundary of the island maybe in about an hour-ish. Yeah, about an hour, I'd like to say. So, in terms of like if you were trying to sprint and you were full on stamina and food, you could travel around the boundary of the island in about an hour in real game time, or real time, not game time. So it's fairly small, but you will never get bored. I mean, Aska, like, I don't think I've ever, in all of the playthroughs I've done, like, I've only explored and gone to this tiny section of the island, because rather than Valheim or Enshrouded, where you're exploring this big open world, it's more about village management. So you're mostly spending, I'd say 95% of all your time in your village, however big that is, or near your village. So, and then there are obviously boss fights and the progression and the storyline. So you have that on the island, but it's just less about going on this big exploration and more about focusing on keeping your village going. Yeah, it does take a minute to get across the island. It is big, but it's, yeah, it's not as big as Valheim or Enshrouded. Yeah. And yeah, they do have the potential in other updates to do more islands that are all unique to sail to. Exactly, Christy. So we might get to see mountains at some point. I know they have that on their home screen. Little teaser of mountains maybe, or other things that we might get to see as add-ons. So far they've been putting some great content in here. Thanks, Sherry, for the sub. Appreciate it. Yeah, eventually be more islands. It'll be cool. Be cool to see where they all go. So yeah, we have the new buildings there, which is really, really cool. Come with new resources and features. So this is awesome. And what they mean by tier 2 buildings, this just means that we can upgrade existing buildings that we've already built to include more with the game. And that's something I might be able to look at in the world that I had already been doing for a while, which would be exciting. Hey, Sarah. Welcome. Good to see you. We also have a builder's hut. Allows you to manage builder jobs. That is cool, including repairing, terraforming, and perhaps most importantly, firekeeping and lightkeeping. Yay! This is awesome because the winters, man, it was rough trying to maintain all the fires and manage all those tasks. The only way I could do it before was to put all of my villagers, I had to reset their schedules. I had to take like two of my builders and put their schedule to have a lot of leisure time so that they could just wander around and keep the fires lit. But now we can actually manage those tasks, which is just going to be so much less stressful in the winter. This is awesome. Definitely awesome. This is procedurally generated. Yep. So it'll be similar to Valheim where you have a world seed and you input that seed if you like the world, or you just have a randomly generated seed. And like I said, it'll mostly just be an island, but the seed will control how the terrain looks. It'll control where the lakes and the caves and all the boss altars and things like that are placed throughout the island. So yeah, makes for some fun replayability and exploration. Yeah, also a good thing to know for new players that Aska and Ragnar have different strengths and weaknesses exactly if you're picking a character to start in the game. Definitely. Yep. The new save games, when they have an update, is usually why you don't invest into these games till they have been out for a few years. Yeah. I'd say now, like, you know, each update with Aska has been really awesome. Now is definitely a much more solid time to get into the game. Because with a game like this, they have been updating it quite a bit, and it will be better. I think it'll see a bigger player base for sure when it's released in 1.0. You know, similar to like Valheim and stuff. We all want to have it, so we just have this big world. We're not worrying about starting new saves or new playthroughs with every update. So yeah, for sure. Always fighting with your builders to get them to keep things lit, especially the torches. Yeah. So it looks like we can control that now and have another cool house to add to the village, which is awesome. So that is a whole new house rather than just an upgrade. Yeah, this is the first update where we had to start a new save. Exactly, Christy. You could still play with an old one, you just won't get the lakes, which won't ruin your playthrough, right? Like, you can still find all the resources with the lakes, except for maybe the unique fish that they're adding or whatever. But yeah, this is kind of the first update where we had to do a new save. Otherwise, other updates, they've actually updated caves and other things in our existing saves, which is actually pretty cool. They've done a pretty good job of doing that when they can. Yeah, I hope the fire keeps will carry fuel, resin, and wood. I bet they will. I bet doing these tasks and stuff will allow us to set some of that, which would be really nice. And yes, for those of you that don't win a key today, Aska is on sale for 35% off. One of their biggest sales, I think, of all time. It's incredibly worth it right now. So yeah, a really good time to buy it, for sure. Smaller rocks and stuff weren't added, older saves. Yeah, exactly. So some of the resources and stuff they've definitely updated with some of the newer saves, for sure. Yeah, this building allows you to assign and unassign specific villagers to all these tasks. So there you go. We could assign villagers just to firekeeping, and I bet, like you were saying, they'll carry around the fuel and have all of that managed. Yeah. So for those of you asking for a firekeeper or lightkeeper, this is the building to go to it for. Perfect. And we've got a cooking house. The new cooking house comes with brand new oven, which will allow you to bake a new range of pies. Yes, oh awesome. They require eggs and water besides the other regular ingredients. This is amazing because previously we'd just have to create a lot of different, I think they were still called the cooking house. So this is a new structure, but we had to create a lot of the cooking areas to try to feed all the villagers, and it's just really cool to see more food options. That's really nice. And Stefan, thanks for the bits. Appreciate it. Yes, Enshrouded is also on sale. A lot of games are. We've got the spring sale. Yep. When am I gonna do another Twitch stream for Enshrouded with Crimson? Unfortunately, probably in another, like, not this weekend, but maybe next weekend, depending, because I'm gonna be in Mexico all of next week, and he's only around on weekends, so it won't happen all the time, but we'll try to get another one out soon. Because yeah, that's a lot of fun. Could try it, but I haven't finished Valheim yet. Right. Oh, that's awesome. You can prioritize what fuel you want them to use. Oh, this is amazing, Christy. Yeah, because, like, you know, coal goes a lot longer than just using wood, for example. in a fireplace, which that's awesome that you can do that. Oh, perfect. And the cooking house has a tier 2 now. That's awesome. He doesn't have his own channel yet. Yeah, Crimson hasn't created his own channel. We've been talking about it though. So maybe he will at some point. Yeah, all great games, exactly. If I were to list some of my favorites, it would be Enshrouded, Valheim, and then Aska. It's just such a unique, fun game. Your village just feels so crazy alive, and I have not played another game similar. You know, like I know Chris, you've done Bellwright, and I know there's a few others too that are kind of or like Medieval Dynasty, where you're focusing on village building and stuff. So this is kind of my version of those games that I really like. Yeah, it's a good category. An improved farm. The new farm comes with increased durability with an extra crop field. We're also laying the groundwork for future crops. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, this is amazing. So that'll also help a lot with food. A lot. And yeah, we could always build multiple farmhouses, but this is really, really nice. Really nice. Yeah. And you can tell them not to burn thatch. Yeah, that would suck, right? We just got the lakes added. Go to a lake and then and then you find your villagers burning all the thatch that you just got. Yeah, that would kind of suck. Yeah, Bellwright looks really cool. I got a chance to try it out. I haven't played the game much though. Yeah, remember being ecstatic when they added permissions so that your villagers couldn't keep snatching things that they don't need to be touching. Like that's right. To be able to add like whitelist who can take from certain storages and things. So we've also got an improved bloomery right here. Military buildings and improvements. Military buildings also receive new tiers. They can come with new features. Most importantly, combat proficiencies have been capped by each military building tier. So the better your barracks are, the better your warriors and archers will be. That's really cool. That's awesome. And the new tier looks really great. We've got kind of a roof and a, bit of an upgraded structure there. That looks beautiful. Improved archery range. We've got kind of like wooden walls around it. This is cool. Archery range unlocks the next proficiency tier for your archers. Oh, amazing. So a little bit easier fighting. Yep. Yeah, Sherry, I think Stefan was asking about Crimson having his own Twitch channel. But yes, I also am live on YouTube for those of you on Twitch. All right, an improved warehouse. New fancy warehouse comes with increased durability, new roof addition, making sure your resources are more secure than ever. Oh, that is awesome. All right, does that mean we can... oh, this is cool. So we've got this... oh, I always love when they do that. Did I skip one? Improved barracks, improved warehouse. I don't think so. Yeah. We're going in order so far. Now we've got the improved leather worker and heavy pelts. The new leather worker gives access to a new resource, the heavy pelt, which can be used to craft new heavy cape. The regular pelt has also been moved to the improved leather worker, making it a vital building. Oh, nice. So that's, yeah. So another improved building. This is really, really cool to see. And an improved carpenter. All right. Ooh, the improved carpenter boasts increased durability. We've also tweaked the carpenter's AI, so efficiency should improve. Very nice. That was a bit of an issue with my older carpenter, and a lot of them, actually. I found myself kind of doing a lot of the carpentry because the villagers just didn't seem to be as good with it. I did. I mentioned the improved barracks. Yep. I did that a little bit earlier. Improved metalworker add-on. The improved metalworker is now the go-to place for large metal parts. Necessary for two-handed weapons and tools, the large metal parts have been removed from the regular metalworker, so make sure you upgrade. Okay. So no more just rushing all the iron and weapons, but we've got a lot of other updates to kind of compensate, which is really great. They needed more job training. Yeah. The carpenter used to be so dumb. uh, yeah, the carpenter didn't really do much before. I kind of got one villager, like with the whole AI system, certain villagers, like they each have their own strengths and weaknesses. And depending on what villager comes into the village, like they might really suck as a carpenter. So I had to rotate through so many carpenters to try to get one that would try to do anything, and even that just it wasn't that great. All right. Thanks for the subs, guys. Appreciate it. All right, so we have the wall parameter system. Walls now count for safety under the condition that you enclose homes in a wall loop, meaning that safety is no longer exclusively influenced by patrol routes and barracks. This is so cool, because I always thought initially when I started my playthrough, thanks to you guys being able to tell me like, oh, you have to actually assign outposts and barracks and the markers and patrol routes and stuff to try to protect your village. But now, because I thought it was walls, and when I that was my common sense when I first started my playthrough, I started building a ton of walls around my village, thinking that that would make it safe, because your villagers become unhappy basically if your village is not safe, rightfully so, right? So I started building walls and stuff, and it didn't make them feel safe, and I was like, what's going on? And then you guys told me about the patrol routes and stuff, but I'm so glad that now walls count towards safety. This is really, really great. Definitely. Oh, you thought water until you realized 2 minutes later I'm talking about Aska, not enshrouded. Hey, we'll be talking about the enshrouded water biome at some point. That's confirmed for them. Just not too soon. Maybe this year, maybe later this year is kind of their hope, I think, is to get a lot of those updates out this year, which will be exciting. But yeah, it'll still be a bit for the water biome and enshrouded, I'm guessing. All right, we get new building and get a new building, added outposts, outpost add-ons. All right, let's see. Cooking house, tier 2. Added improvements to farm, bloomery, all of this good stuff, which we kind of covered above. Yep, added lake biomes, surrounding layers for biomes. Oh yeah, new sound layers for biomes. So we have adjustability for like being able to drink water and food and like all the volume sliders, which is kind of cool. Unfortunately, I can't use the music from Enshrouded because it has copyright issues with YouTube. But yeah, all the sound effects and everything we can still mess around with. Yeah. Had a lot of issues with the cooks because of the way priorities work. Yeah. There's definitely some of that. No worries, Christy. Have this game on your wish list such a long time and completely forgot about it. Glad to hear some thoughts on the game. Heck yeah. It's a really fun game. It's I don't want to say like grindy because your villagers kind of end up doing all this stuff for you, but it's less of a game like Enshrouded where you could just hop on and for like 10 minutes and do a little quick something and then log off. It's just a game that benefits from like a longer play session. Maybe you've got a half hour, an hour that you could sit down and get some stuff done and focus on your villagers. So it's a little bit less chill, which is why I don't play it a lot, in little time after work or little snippets like that. A really great game for weekends or sitting down with a friend and doing though. Yeah, it's a really fun game and definitely worth it. I really love it. Yeah. And Shrouded music's fine. The Aska music has copyright issues with YouTube. So Aska got the rights to the songs, I think, but then the person that had the songs tried to claim copyright for them because they were already out. So, and I can dispute that on YouTube every time, but in the first few live streams I disputed it and it worked because I would just said, I'm like, hey, the devs actually have the rights to this music if I'm playing Aska. And YouTube was like, yeah, that's fine. But I don't know, whoever got the music to them decided to put copyright stuff, and that still hasn't been resolved, at least not that I know of. So yeah, I don't do the music for YouTube purposes. It's not like it's going to take my channel down or anything. It just makes me not able to monetize any of my videos or streams unless I go through the whole dispute process, which just gets really annoying to do for every single stream. Yeah. All right, fun feature. Players can now open gates while being mounted to carts. This is one of my favorite things, and I think a lot of people who have played Aska are gonna love this. Because when we've got the sled or the cart and we want to just come in through the gate into our village, we previously had to put down the cart and then open the gate and then pick up the cart and then go through the gate, hoping that a villager didn't close the gate in our face while we were trying to go through the gate. So this is just a really great quality of life feature. Really happy about that. Made villagers, getting villagers harder or easier based on the population you have. This is really awesome. So this will actually, I think, give a bit of an easier start to new players. It'll make your village grow a little easier at first. At least this is what I'm guessing. And then as you have more villagers, it'll maybe increase the difficulty in terms of getting the villagers. It's bad behavior. You'd think the devs would become the owner of the music license. Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess it just wasn't in their priority as much. You know, it's definitely a way smaller dev team than something like Valheim or Enshrouded. Actually, maybe not Valheim as much, but yeah. So maybe they keep saying they're working on it and they'll like fix one song and then another song will have issues. So I'm honestly just going to wait. I'm guessing at least in 1.0 they're going to fix it fully. I think it's actually driving them nuts as well because unlike Enshrouded and Valheim, Enshrouded and Valheim, I think Enshrouded too. Maybe I know a fact for Valheim, all of their music was actually recorded live from real instruments. And it was done for that game. So, like, they don't have copyright issues, right? Because it was recorded for that. Aska licensed their music from somewhere else. So that can sometimes have issues with games, depending. Yeah, having to drop the cart or the sled to open and close gates was so annoying. Yeah. No, it's nice that they have that. Yeah, you expected such things were automatically part of the deal, so devs wouldn't have to worry about that. That's what you'd think, and that's what they thought as well. I guess, you know, I don't want to say anything for sure because I'm not one of the developers, but my guess is that whoever licensed them the music was like, okay, you guys can use it, but I'm still going to try to claim copyright just for YouTubers, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to just say it's like a unethical thing. Like maybe there are genuinely issues and something that I don't know about with it. And like I said, it's like I was always able to win the disputes with YouTube, which means that they do actually have the rights to the music. It's just that whoever gave them the rights hasn't released the copyright to the public yet, which is it's kind of on their part, and that's what's annoying the devs in this case. So the devs actually have the right to it, and you can put it on YouTube. It's just a hassle because whoever licensed it to them didn't do everything they should have on their part, I think. But yeah. So hopefully we'll see that get fixed. It doesn't happen all the time, but yeah. Optimizations for world island generation, terrain and vegetation generation, stream improvements. Oh, this is great. Rendering improvements for tree items. This is awesome. All right, what else do we have? New weapon loadouts now available at Barracks 2. Allow for deeper fighter specialization. That's awesome. So many great things. Yeah, scheduled from the new firekeeping tasks for the firekeeping. New UI and sounds that we couldn't think of a fun title for. Added volume sliders for eat and drink sounds. Yeah, I was kind of mentioning some of that. Added sound for the sled and cart. That's cool. Added new ambient sounds. New pie recipes for cooking house. This is great. AI improvements. Add an option setting to stop villagers from waving and following you. This is another great quality of life update for a lot of us. Because when you just go past a villager, they would just stop what they were doing and then like wave at you. And I'm like, no, we got to get our village ready for winter. Like, get to work. So I'm glad that they fixed that. Trade routes, take warehouse storage quantities into account. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, so some really nice AI quality of life improvements there. That's awesome. Weapon decay from hitting combat dummies. Huh, interesting. I'll have to see how that is. Suddenly want a seed using the seed of villagers are dumb. I mean, you could put it in, you know, maybe it's going to be like a god seed or something. Gives you a cave right by the beach. Oh, that'd be funny. So this is cool. smashing those bugs. So yeah, they did a hot fix with a lot of bug fixes and stuff. We won't go into all the detail and read all of these things. But yeah, this is really, really exciting. I'm so glad about this update. It's actually a really big one. Lots of quality of life stuff along with all the content and the lakes that they added. So what do you say? Let me launch up the game here. And then we can get in here and check some of it out. And like I said, I've got a world that I've played for a while, which won't have any of the lakes, but we might be able to check out some of the structure stuff, and then we could start a new world for some of the lakes. So check out some of that. All right. And for those of you just joining in, I'll repeat the giveaway stuff now. Just subscribe and join the Discord server. And then I've got a little post there for you to enter the giveaway in the giveaways channel. And just hit enter, and we'll choose some winners in a bit. All right, cool. So we got the hotfix that they just posted before I went live. That's good. Okay, single player. Let's see. Shall we load the existing game first, and then maybe start a new game for some checking out the lakes? I've got this one where I've survived 92 days. This is my record so far in Aska. All right, let's load this. It's currently winter, so it'll give you a contrast of what to expect. It's cold. The graphics are beautiful. Can't lie about that. This is, yeah. Oh, this is cool. So yeah, they're running around. They're doing their thing. This is awesome. Getting stuff from the well. All right, let me raise my gamma because it's nighttime at the moment, so you guys can see. This is another thing about Aska. They've got a gamma slider so that I don't have to worry about it being too dark, which is great. Yeah, 92 days, right? Hey, it's the longest playthrough I've gone. Yeah, you can make unlimited worlds. Yep, just like in Valheim. Exactly. So it's... They still stopped and waved at me. What are you doing, villagers? You were supposed to be fixed. Are you still on your old AI version? Uh-oh. These two are going to be the first to die in the village. Sure of that. Hey, 99 Midnight, welcome. But yeah, the world slots are not limited like in Shrouded. It's a similar save to something like Valheim. All right, so yeah, this is the village that I've been working on for a while. I haven't been doing this on streams, but we've got a lot of stuff going here. And this world, I actually did a custom world that's the cliffy terrain. So you can also customize your worlds depending on the terrain height you want and stuff. So we've got a lot of options. But yeah, it's the middle of the night right now, and it's winter. So this is, I gotta look at my heat. And I gotta look at the villagers' heat, actually. This fire is still lit for them. Let's add some coal to this one. Keep that one going. You can see I've got a hunger meter, thirst, cold temperature meter. I had to die because of waving, right? That would be hilarious. Have a villager freeze to death because they stop and wave at you instead of go warming by the fire. But yeah, this village has worked out really, really well for me. It overlooks a cliff right here. The ocean is right down there. So I've got some pretty safe houses over here on the cliff, which is kind of fun. The terraforming in this game is also really good with pathways and stuff. So I did a lot of terraforming to kind of make some of the houses. I've got a lot of little terraced levels for the village. It'd be easier to see in the daytime. But yeah. Yeah, this is on Steam. Yep. There's 6 villagers die in the middle of winter because they couldn't figure out how to find a doctor. Oh, yep. That's crazy. So these guys are all staying fairly warm. I have to add some fire tending mechanics. So they've got the fires going in their houses, which is good. That's always nice. I've got the warehouses and all of that stuff down here. We've got a lot of tiers and stuff. So like I could place another farm, for example, because they updated all of that. And what I've been working on in this village is building out toward the ocean. It's Is it springtime yet? No, it's still winter. It's becoming spring soon. You can see the snow is melting. So it is becoming spring. But this area is a nice big flat area that I want to kind of expand the village to. But I've done a lot with this village. We currently have 32 villagers, which is not that much, but it's a lot for me, so I'm glad about that. Is the building and terraforming more like Enshrouded or Valheim? Much more like Enshrouded. Or, sorry, Valheim, I should say. Building integrity and things like that. Yeah, building caves. Yeah, so, the terraforming is more like Valheim, where you can't dig caves or things like that. So what I've done, yeah, you can kind of raise and lower the terrain and create these pathways with the road tools. It's such an insane game. Every time I come into this game, I'm like, yeah, it's a lot more impressive than I remember. Like, it's just, they really did a lot with updates and stuff so far. You know, allowing us to do these, like, you know, really awesome roads, and they have tools for this. Like, the way building works in this is to, if I remember the controls in here, it's been a bit. Yeah, we have terraforming, we have, like, the road maker. So I can build, like, you know, these blueprints and say, like, oh, hey, I'll place this blueprint down or something. And then I could have a villager actually build this blueprint. I can't build it because it's overlapping my cart. But like just the cart, I have a blueprint for the cart. So the villagers know, hey, let's build this cart. And it's a really interesting system. But yeah, their terraforming process is fun. It's pretty straightforward. But to level out like big things like this, what I've been doing is using the I've been using some of the pre-made structures actually. So there's a terraforming tool which allows you to like, you know, level out a field of area, but it only works for, you know, so high or so low kind of a thing. So what I've been doing is I take the, let's see, ooh, we've got some new houses and stuff. I'll take usually like, let's see, where's the gatherer's pit or something along those lines. And you can, yeah, you can rotate structures or buildings in any direction. And I'll basically put it like, you know, on the edge and then just terraform where it overlaps like that. But then rather than building the actual house, I'll just leave it at like the terraform stage. It's like, oh, I wanted to raise this just a little bit and that, and then I'll just dismantle it. And that's kind of how I terraform sometimes too. Because that'll allow you to get much higher terrain adjustments, which is what I had to do on my little cliff side over here. I had to raise the terrain a lot. That's the most terraforming I've ever done, to allow for these houses to go up on the cliff. And then you can see I've got my little fishing hut, things like that. So we don't get any of the lakes in this world. We'll get them in other ones. Where's my inventory? Right, it's I. Okay, gotta get used to this. Ah, this food's a bit old. Okay, it's still not bad though. Gotta get some more food. And yes, you can replant trees now. You can. That's a new thing that they added, not this update, but the update before, which is great. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite a different system. It's interesting. You kind of got to get used to it. It runs really good on controller and everything, though, too, which is nice. So you see I've got some crops here, and based on what you can farm, you have to farm things depending on the season. But, like, see, these villagers are all doing this stuff. Like, I have this is my farmer here. And, you know, I can open the menu. He needs rakes for farming, so he's got a problem. His morale is decreasing slightly, which is not good. He's thirsty, yeah. He's got some issues. There's his inventory, so he's got some seeds. Here's his schedule, where you can set his schedule to make him happy. Some villagers thrive by working at nighttime and sleeping during the day. Others, you know, thrive. It all depends. So it's really cool just to have, like, a super lively village. It just makes gameplay a lot of fun when they're all kind of... You just have so much to work around. And then in my case, like the tab button, I can see all of my villagers, a list of all of them, their morales, their schedules, and what their strengths are. So like this guy, for example, he's at the archery range because he has he's a retired bowman, which makes his archery skill a little bit better. And yeah, battle-scarred veteran, so he's got some cool skills for that. Let's see, where else can I find? A coal maker person, I got a coal maker, so that's good in craftsman. Also at night, so that I can have coal going during the nighttime. I've got, yeah, cooking hut. Sometimes, yeah, with harvest blessing. Kind of depends on what their skills are. So I can see all of that. I can see a list of my workstations. There's housing points and everything. One of my friends, Isaac, we kind of figured out a lot of stuff with this game, and he did a lot of research on how it actually works and how to keep your villagers happy based on the code system of the game. Because it's so complicated. I feel like I could talk about this game for like 50 plus hours and still not explain everything that it has. So it's like, it's a small map, but there's a lot of complexity. It might, yeah, to those of you who don't have the game or not playing it, you're just like, oh, what is this village? How does this all work? It's hard for me to explain right now. As you start a new playthrough, it will it'll really hold your hand through it. It'll be a lot easier. But sometimes actually it's hard for me after taking long breaks from Aska to come back into this world and be like, holy cow, what do I need to worry about? What do I got going on? You know, oh, I've got some defenseless structures. Yeah, 100% of your structures are not enclosed in walls. So there you go. There's the new wall mechanic that they added to actually add safety to your village, which is really cool that they have some of that going. And it looks a little washed out now. Now that it's daytime, I can lower the gamma back down and the colors will look a little bit better. But yeah, graphics are really beautiful in this game, and everything just changes depending on the seasons, which is just so cool. So it's about spring, so that's why we're starting to see some green back on the trees and some of the grass starting to look green again. They did a beautiful job with the seasons in this game. Yeah, you can barely break through understanding much in the first playthrough. Definitely, definitely. Yeah, it's best to plan on starting new saves often as you learn how the game works. Exactly. So yeah, this is the, like, Eye of Odin here. This is where you summon in new villagers. You've got watchtowers, things like that. This is a cool view of my village there. So you can see what we've been building so far. It's a pretty cliffy terrain, but it's been a lot of fun working on this village. And it's survived the longest of all my playthroughs so far. Because, man, the raids and stuff, they're harsh. Like, you gotta prepare, you gotta train your troops, you know. It's like Clash of Clans, but in 3D, a little bit like that, I guess, actually. That would be a good comparison if any of you have played Clash of Clans. It's a Clash of Clans, but like first-person open-world survival, which is, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, big management system and everything. Yeah. Oh yeah, don't fly into trees with that thing. Yeah, you can do the flying on the Raven and stuff. That's very true. Yep, the Raven totem. That's fun. I tried that out not too long ago, but then yeah, you've got caves for like mines and stuff. This is where you get a lot of resources. I gotta look out though, because caves often have some little bad guys in here. They're kind of creepy. But yeah, you've got like a miner villager, so I've got someone managing this cave and mining the iron from it. And then he puts it in the... Yep, there he is. There's the miner, Astrid. And Astrid puts in the ore storage, and then the person that works at the bloomery takes it from the ore storage and starts making iron from it. And then I've got the metal worker that's right off the bloomery to start crafting some of the blades and things for my swords and weapons. And then I can choose someone who works at the crafting table to actually make those weapons. So if we go into storage, yep, someone's been making, we've got a draw knife, fishing rod, a crude iron axe, stuff like that. And this is the person that works at the crafting station. So like, it's legit, like, there's a lot to think about. Like, you want to build an axe, you gotta like mine the iron. It's not just like Minecraft, like you drag some ingots into your inventory and you've got an axe. Like, you mine the iron, you gotta turn wood into coal through this coal thing. You've got the coal storage, coal fuels the furnace smelts the iron into, like, you know, the iron ore. Then you gotta take it to the anvil and actually like pound it out and rotate it before the iron cools as like a hot glowing iron piece. It's insane. So yeah, you've got your the iron blooms. You forge it into something, you gotta quench it to cool it. And if you mess up, like, it's ruined. You got to start over again, which is why you got to train your villagers to do it right. and then you end up with a blade after like a day's worth of work, and then you got to go find the sticks for the, you know, and then make an axe from that blade. It's a lot of fun. You can see right here, this villager is controlling the bellows right now, trying to keep the temperature perfectly within those 2 white lines. And that's, yep, so he's heating the bellows to then forge the iron. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy what goes on in this game. And, yep, it's just so cool what they can all do. Like, she's taking, you know, a big piece of meat back to the food storage for the hunter, so that one of my cooks can start making food. Yeah, it's really cool. Really cool. And yeah, wooden hammers do not last long. Exactly. Now that we can replant trees at least, we can kind of keep making lots of wooden hammers. But the iron hammers are nice to have, especially for your bloomery workers. They will need them. So here's the cook. They just made some food. I'm going to gather some of that because my food is running low. So I got to eat some here. And then I got to worry about water there. Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff to worry about. Yeah, I gotta build some of this stuff. So what, let's see, building, let's check this out. So settlements, we have the market, which was already a thing. The builder's hut. This is the new thing. Allows you to customize building, repairing, and firekeeping priorities. Oh, this is a cute little hut. So this is new from the update. Where can we put this guy? We put him, oh, maybe it'll fit over here. Or, let's see. I feel like this is a tiny house. I feel like I could put it somewhere over here, right? Let's see here. Maybe on this side over here? This is a good spot for it. Oh yeah, and I gotta build the thing for replanting trees, definitely. Definitely. So let's see, where's the front of it? This is the front of it. It's got a little green arrow kind of on the front. I'm gonna make it about parallel with my, yeah, about like that maybe, and then put it, let's see. Let's put it right here. All right, so then we level out the stuff. So I just placed the blueprint down. Now it's nighttime again. And you can't sleep through the night in this game because your villagers kind of work through the whole night and stuff. So I'll just set the gamma to be higher. You can see I leveled out the ground. Now it's got a blueprint. Tells me the resources that I need to provide. And this will allow me to control a lot of the building stuff. I can pin the recipe to let my villagers know, hey, this is a priority. I want you to focus on this first. And then the next time a builder wakes up or is available, they'll start taking, you know, I've got a lumber person who's chopping trees down for me, so they're putting the logs in the storage there. So I can just start taking these and supplying my building and building it. There's a lot to focus on. Yeah. Oh, is the moderation killing people's messages? Uh-oh. On YouTube. Just don't type in all caps if any of you are doing that. It flags that. Hopefully it's okay. Yeah, you gotta give them the proper amount of rest and all of that stuff. So we've got the builder hut going. Where's the one for the trees? Let's see. There's the outpost, so there's another new one. Must build the market first, though, so we got to do the market, and then we can do the outpost there. What else do we have? We had some new tiers on some of the things. Yeah, figuring out using the markers in various situations is very important. Right, definitely. So we had those. What is this? The workshop pit. Workshop house, we had that. Improved farm, there we go. So, this is how I could get another farm crop, so that's a new thing. We could set one of these farms to be improved here. Let's see, let's go to this one. And if I click, I can hit T to open the farm menu, and improved farm, there we go. And another farm crop that I can build. So let's go ahead and build that, and then it does the blueprint for the improvement that the villagers can then start working on. Yay, oh, this is so cool. They do need rest, yep. They don't necessarily rest at night. Yes, exactly. So these villagers, the ones that are up right now, are the ones that are on a nighttime schedule. So these ones sleep during the day. See, if I click on this guy, like, let's just go eat at open villager menu. You can see that, well, actually, this one is going to his, yeah, he's got the little clock above his head. He's going to his house to go to sleep right now. This one, on the other hand, might be a nighttime schedule. Nope. These ones, let's see. The ones that are, I gotta find one that's actively working right now. Not, these ones are all going back to their house to go to sleep. But yeah, a lot of them have, like, you can see, let's see, up here. I've got, like, this one right here. The bloomery worker is on night schedule. Coal maker on a night schedule. Cooking house there so I can get some food ready for morning when the rest of the villagers wake up. Yeah, it's quite different from Valheim and Shrouded. It does look very interesting. Glad I decided to watch the stream. Yeah, it's pretty crazy cool. It's a very fun game if you're willing to kind of give it some time and learn how it works. Yeah. So there you go. There's one of the bloomery workers working on hitting the hot iron there. And then another one is gonna, so I've got a few workers on this to keep it going. And there we go. There's the bloomery, so she's gonna put it in the storage there that can then go over here and get smelted into something that we can make from iron. Yeah, interesting to have different schedules, definitely. Definitely. So the purple is leisure. So these top two with a bunch of purple, these are my firekeepers right now, because previously we didn't have firekeeper schedules. Now we do, so I can actually set these guys to be firekeepers once that builder's hut up there is finished. And then the gold is the work, and then blue is sleep. And I can set, you know, if I go to this villager, I can set the schedules depending, like, oh, if they're starting to become unhappy, I could give them a little more leisure time, or things like that, which is kind of cool. Do storages have a limit? They do. They do. So if you have, like, the villagers individually each have their own storage. So, like, this person's got some food that they picked up, some water, they've got an axe, a hammer, a hoe, because this person is currently, yeah, they're a craftsman for doing some of that. But, so they'll have their own storages, but then the big storages are these warehouses. So this is one of them. And I've got, in the warehouse, you customize where you want stuff. So I put stick storage, bark storage, and you can build as many warehouses as you want. There's no limit to how many of each building you can do. So, like, for example, I'm actually building another warehouse down here because I want to have a little bit more storage. So this is in the process of being built. And then the one up there is finished. And then I've got like a half a warehouse. So this one has a lot of add-ons. I've got a smaller warehouse up here. And this one is mainly for like food and stuff from the bloomery and things. Just so that villagers can have like an easier time getting some of the stuff without having to walk all the way down there. And like paths and stuff, you can see they're using the roads a lot. That's because they can actually walk a lot faster and not use up as much stamina when they're walking on roads. So that, like, the whole layout of the village is really important. And that's why, like, I have, you know, the shorter distance your villagers can walk. Like, I've got the cave right there where they're mining the iron. I've got storage here for storing some of the iron. The bloomery and the coal right next to each other because they're both related. And then the iron worker right here and a craftsman right here to be able to use that iron. So as you start doing your playthroughs, you'll be able to actually realize, like, oh, what buildings should I put together? What buildings would make sense to go somewhere else? Or where should I have my houses relative to other things? And that's kind of what you learn over time, a little bit. Is it system intensive? Good question, and thanks for the bits. It is not. It runs very, very buttery on a lot of systems. Right now I'm on max quality. I'm going to show you some of the, yeah. So I'm just doing it in 4K on my display, outscaling to 1440 for YouTube streaming. But yeah, it's on ultra, best quality of everything, and it really is so performance friendly. I can run it on like 2 gigabytes of graphics RAM. It's approved for Steam Decks, so if you got a Steam Deck, you can run it on a Steam Deck officially. Yeah, it's a pretty friendly game to do. Hey, Kongville, how's it going? Welcome. Trying to avoid spoilers for your playthrough. Nice. Yeah, this part will have some spoilers. We're about to hop into another world to check out some of the lakes and stuff, which will just be brand new. But yeah, that's right. You're doing a playthrough. I hope you're enjoying that so far. Yeah, a warehouse specifically for iron management, another one for raw foods and other random things, and another cooked foods and finished wood products. Definitely. So you can kind of like make your warehouses for specific things. But yeah, it's crazy. Like this is the hunter. They just left raw meat on the floor because the storage I think is probably full. Yeah. So I'm like in need of another warehouse right now, which is why I'm building another one down here. But like for example, each house has housing points. So you can see housing points up here and defense points. So the safer it is, the higher the housing points are. Like I put this little garden here that makes them happier in this house. But you don't want houses to be too close to production systems. So like this is a workshop production place. This is taking away from the housing points of this house right here. So you'll notice for my houses, like I've got a warehouse down there. I've got the farming and production and warehouse and stuff over here. And they actually have an outhouse too and stuff for compost for the farm. But then this area down here is going to be a lot of housing because it's farther away from the production stuff, so it's not going to make them as unhappy. Yeah, it takes some planning. It's a fun challenge. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a really fun challenge. See how long it starts taking me to die of thirst and hunger? Thanks for the reminder. It's, Wait, gotta go into inventory, right. I keep hitting B for the backpack if I'm enshrouded, but I just want food and water. So yeah, it's a really, really cool system. And like another one of my bigger houses, like 12 of my villagers are all housed in this house up here. So here's my archery and my barracks. And these provide extra bonus housing points to this longhouse up here that I've built because it makes the villagers feel safe. And so this longhouse, I can house a lot more villagers in it because they're all very happy right now. You can see here's the ones that are sleeping at the moment with their beds and a little fire going because it's winter time. And then, yeah. But this one, because it's farther away from the production pits, and then I've got the fences next to it, actually boosts the housing points, which is really nice. And I've got a little path that kind of comes down here to the chieftain's hut, another little house down there. So it's a lot of fun trying to figure out how to do the layout of these villages. And now I've got a gate over here, and then this kind of backs out into open forest for them to go gather resources and stuff. Some spikes for when I get raided and stuff. It's not a very protected village at the moment. The most protection on this village, that's what I'm talking about. This is so nice that we can open these now with carts and stuff. Not get locked out of our village. But yeah, the most protection on this village is because it's on this big cliffy terrain map, because I customized the world for it. So yeah, that's kind of some of the interesting stuff. What else do they have here? What an altar. Yeah, the boat builder, the dock, those are from already existing stuff. So yeah, you've got water barrel, the cart houses, so these are all just blueprints of stuff that we can build. Archer tower, hedge tower. So yeah, we've got the improved barracks and the improved archery range. This is, these are something I would love to do. So if I do, let's see. All right, T to open archery range menu. Let's do the improved archery and the improved barracks. This is gonna be great, and I'm really gonna love my villagers to have that. Oh wow, that's a big upgrade. That's cool. Add some verticality to the village. Patrols for the archery range and barracks are things that affect the safety rating. Yeah, definitely, definitely. What are the raids like? Say adjusted the world to have your village on a cliffside. Does that mean raids also come from the sea or ocean? They actually don't come from the ocean. So this side of the village is pretty safe, which is nice. This is where a lot of them come from, is back here from the forest. I won't give too much away, honestly, for that, because it's a cool experience trying to figure out how to defend your village and assign villagers as troops to fight for you and stuff. But yeah. Right now is a pretty peaceful time. I've gotten lucky to not have a raid while I'm streaming right now because they are a little bit challenging to deal with, especially just when I'm solo and I haven't played in a long time. But yeah, it's really a lot of fun. So we've got those 2 upgrades done. What else do they have in here? Those were the improved things. We already kind of found some of the stuff. Yeah, oh yeah, I gotta get some wolves and tame them and stuff too. See, guard tower. We got the furniture stuff. Small fireplace. Ooh, we got a Yule tree. I forgot from the last update. So we can build a big Yule tree and some of the holiday decorations now too in this game. That's awesome. That is great. Yeah, this game has really nice sunrises and sunsets and stuff, especially in the autumn and stuff. The graphics are just so cool. Yeah, invasions are fun. They are. It's a fun challenge. Alright, so that was kind of just an overview of this village that I've been working on. Some of the new things and outposts. I haven't, you know, I'm just in this area for now, but for example, if I want to do trading outposts and villager outposts, I could build a market somewhere else for the villagers to be able to trade resources with each other, and I could make roads all over this entire island map. It's, again, there's so much to explain in this game. It's, honestly crazy. I could go on forever. But yeah, I feel like this gives a fairly nice, you know, yeah, graphics are just beautiful. Gives a fairly nice representation of kind of what it's about in this existing village. So we'll check out a new world, see if we can find some of the new lakes. That should be fun. Yeah, do I also need to direct villagers during an invasion or raid? That's a great question. There's actually a lot. Let me just pause the game here while I'm talking about that. There's actually a lot to do with that. So there's like battle horns where you can call them all to battle if you notice a raid coming. That prepares the villagers in advance. Or you just have them walking a designated patrol route, and that way they'll know when an invasion is happening or whatever, and they'll go and fight for it. Or like every year there's like an annual winter invasion, and you have to put a patrol marker by the invasion portal so that your villagers know to go over there. So that's where your management comes into place, to kind of direct them, like soft direction as to kind of what to do and assign villagers to do certain things. Yeah, it definitely looks beautiful. Yeah, the game, it really is. The graphics are stunning, performance is great, and there's a lot to do. A lot to do. It's actually a lot of fun solo as well, because you have all these villagers doing things. It makes you feel like you're playing in like an MMO or something, right? You've got like, you could get hundreds of villagers in your village, and you've just always got things to do. I feel like you never get bored or feel very lonely just playing solo, which is kind of fun about this game. And hey, Winnie, welcome. Yeah. Sleeps on the unsure side of my wish list. Yeah, definitely. It's totally worth it in my opinion. If you like the survival games and village games and stuff, it's a really fun game. Yeah. All right, so that's kind of yeah, a little bit of a gist of it. You know, it's hard to explain unless I started a whole nother playthrough, walked through everything in scratch, from scratch kind of a thing. So oh yeah, we even have like a healer's hut with a healer that can heal us when we come back from battle. And all the villagers and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of fun stuff involved with that. So let me just go ahead and save this and return to the main menu, and we'll start something up, see if we can find one of the lakes. And again, anyone who's popping in, be sure to subscribe and join the Discord server to enter the giveaway in the giveaways channel on the server there. Giving away some game keys. Let me actually just go ahead and check on that. We've got 48 minutes left on the giveaway before it's going to automatically choose winners, and if not, I will just, if I end the stream sooner than that, I'll just manually tell it to pick winners before the 46 minutes is up. But yeah, go ahead and enter over there. Oh yeah, it's changed a lot, Battle Boots, yeah, from when it first launched. They've done a lot of updates here. Definitely a lot of updates. Yeah. So yeah, everyone just join that. Enter the giveaway there. That's good for me to know. 45 minutes from now, I'll I'll check in if I end up streaming longer than that. All right. So if we have new game, this is where you can do normal or custom. The world that I was just showing you is custom. This is where we can set the terrain aspect to be super cliffy, the terrain height to be really rocky. We can choose our starting season, our year length, the precipitation, how often it rains and stuff, the day length, the structure decay. You know, we can choose the difficulty settings, so we could make monsters and monster population and wolves and all that stuff a lot less to make it a little easier if we wanted to. So they do have all these customization settings and stuff, which is nice. For this sake, I'll just pick the normal option. I'll just let it generate a random seed. I just want to check out some of the lakes if we could find one. They are very active with it. Yep, it's a smaller team than Enshrouded, I think, in general. So we just started a new game, and I didn't go through the intro of the game because I already did that on a new playthrough. But you'll have a really cool little intro if you start a new playthrough. So all I want to do is just look around for a bit, I guess. See if we can find some of the lakes and stuff. But yeah, the devs are very active with this game. You can sail in this game, yep. We've got the water. You have to build a boathouse, though, and build the boat, which takes a while. It doesn't happen right away. And then when you have that, you can go and sail, and I think there's a few little islands that you can go to, and also just go out for fishing purposes, mainly. But yeah, they do. They have a dev stream on Twitch on most Fridays, exactly. That's always fun to hop in and check out, for sure. So I guess we're just kind of wandering around looking for a lake. That's the goal now. Hey, Christy, you're back. Awesome. Just logged out of my my existing village, and now we're just going to look for a lake in a new world. I kind of want to see how this is. And this will also give you guys a sense of what the world looks like. This is the island. It's pretty nice. I really love the tall vegetation. You've got a scanning feature that scans for resources and makes them glow orange so that you know exactly where your resources are to pick up, and they're not all hidden in this vegetation, which is a super useful feature, which is awesome. Does your character attributes, inventory, etc. carry over to a new world? They do not in this case. Your character is specific to the world it's in. Yeah, so unlike Enshrouded and Valheim, it is, yeah, that's a good question, though. Gonna buy this game? Yeah, it's awesome. It's well worth it. Like I said, feel free to enter my key giveaway. I'm giving away a couple keys today for it if you want it free, and if not, it is, if you don't end up winning, it's 35% off right now on a really big spring sale. Definitely worth it. So there's like a altar for some boss fight stuff. I'm not gonna go there right now because I am just, yeah, somewhat naked and afraid and don't really know what to do right now. Looks like this might actually be a cave up here, which is cool. That would be a good seed, actually. Yeah, it's beautiful. It really is. Their worlds and stuff. That's what kind of... Yeah, this is a cave. So it'll show up on your map now, like, as a cave, which is nice. And this is the cave entrance here. We can't even access the cave yet until we build an actual entrance, which allows us to, like, mine through this and get the resources. Which is, yeah, there's a lot of stuff, but this is kind of a cool cave location. Kind of near the ocean there. This is a nice world. Yeah, such luck, right? Yeah. So there's often, like, about 3 caves on the island, and the island is, you know, there's our shipwreck. We, you know, have the map available to us as we've explored so far. How do you enter the giveaway? Just subscribe on YouTube. Or you're on Twitch, you can follow on Twitch and then join the Discord server. I've got it on the About section of Twitch, or just type !Discord in the chat. That'll pull it up, and then I've got a giveaways channel in there where you can enter. And I'll be drawn, or it'll be drawn in like, yeah, about 40-ish minutes. So you've got a little time. Yeah, this is a pretty spot. Got all kinds of different woods and stuff that you can mine. This is where we can get water. This confused me a lot right off the bat when I was first playing because I didn't know how to get water. You can't just drink seawater. And I was like, how do we get water? And it's these little water deposits this, on the ground and stuff from when it rains. Yeah, I wish we could remove the large boulders. Yeah, I hope we can someday. We can remove all these smaller rocks, but the really large ones are permanent, and they can get in the way of village building sometimes. That would be nice. Yeah. Recall hearing them mention making it where you could be mined or something. Yeah, yeah, for the bigger rocks, definitely. Yeah, so for these big, like these big boulders up here, we can't get rid of these. This is a nice spot too sometimes. These trees can't be cut down till way later in the game, these really big ones, because you need special axes and stuff for that. But, yeah, these are kind of pretty trees, the big oak ones and stuff. They did a really good job making a really cool forest in this game. Render distance is great, you know, it doesn't have any issues with that like in Shrouded or anything, so it's a really, really well done game, graphics-wise, for sure. I'm guessing, based on my common sense of lakes, I'm gonna probably find one somewhere more in the middle of the map. That would be my common sense based on the fact that there's gonna be ocean on the outskirts of the island. I would guess that they would probably spawn closer toward the middle. Like I said, it's procedural generation stuff, but while I'm at it too, I'll just gather some berries and stuff since I might end up needing food soon. Yeah, I would guess we'd find something. Ooh, Draugr Field. Don't want to go in there. We're gonna get cooked. Alright. So yeah, there's like little locations like that throughout the map that offer challenges and gameplay if you want to kind of dive into stuff. Common sense, what's that? Alright. No treehouse, I know. We can't do a treehouse in this game. Yeah, that's for Enshrouded mainly, right? Or I guess a swamp treehouse in Valheim or something. There's a wolf den, so I don't... Oop. There's the wolves howling. They're already aggroed on me. I gotta run. One wolf will absolutely cook me. I have no chance. When you're first starting to look for a base spot, just like build somewhere near the spawn and just run away from enemies at first. You're not gonna be able to fight them. Trust me. Saw this game, you're thinking about buying Bellrite? Yeah, yeah. Bellrite's fun. I know, yeah, Christy knows a lot more about that. Oh, here's the lake. Look at that. Large lake. Yeah, Bellrite's fun. I really love this game a lot. You know, I got a chance to try Bellrite over the two. Aska kind of hooked me more. That's not to say that Bellrite is bad at all. I just, based on my time, I chose to put it into Aska. I really, really like Aska. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, look at this, though. Just a nice little inland, peaceful spot to set up your base. They've got swimming. You get cold, so you can't stay in for too long. But, yeah, it's really, really cool. You can zoom in and out of your character if you want. Some nice stuff. It's a little gray because I'm cold right now, so the graphics kind of represent that. But yeah, look at how beautiful this is. We've got the little lily pads. As I warm up, it'll look a little better. But this is where you can get all the reeds and stuff, because this is the main thing people were after. And now we can get those kind of in the middle of the map. I love the big willow trees and stuff by the lakes, though, too. This is so pretty, though. They did such a good job making these, rendering these in. Look at that. So now we have options to build bases by these and get some more resources. And we can even build or fishing huts in them and be able to fish in the lakes. Yeah, it's such a cool spot. This is awesome that they added these. So you do have to start a new save or a new playthrough to get these in your game. But this is honestly kind of worth it. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to do another playthrough. I feel like I'll have to wait till like 1.0 more to do like a really big playthrough of Aska, or even do it on the channel. I've done kind of some live streams here and there and started a playthrough. But yeah, it's a really pretty game. There's a lot to do. This is really cool though. I love what they've done. Yeah, definitely build around that. Yeah, definitely. This is a cool spot for a base, right? I mean, the perfect spot and the best spot in the game would be to find one of those and then have a cave somewhere. But like, honestly, every single world, no matter what seed you pick... Oh, here's a cave. No matter what seed you pick is going to be great for Aska. Because, you know, you can use the whole island kind of as your village eventually. So, like, at first, it's kind of nice to maybe find a cave to build nearby or something, because you can get iron from the cave. But eventually, you know, you'll make it to around a lot of the map, and you're not really going to have to worry about that. But it's kind of a nice little spot for an inland base over here. Do the lakes show up on the map? That's something... They do! Oh, cool. So when we come close to a lake and explore things, they'll now show up on the map. So we found that cave. We've got a cave here. We've got the lake, the jogger field there. So they'll show up on the map. That's really cool that the lakes show up. That's really good. And as your map gets really cluttered with things, you can also choose to show certain things. So like, you know, I could turn off the view for this lake and not be able to see it on my thing. You know, I can edit the filters and be able to have my map a little bit less cluttered with things as it gets more busy and stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Oh, might be able to use the lake as a defensive border for your town? Probably, because mobs don't tend to cross water. I wonder if that's the same for lakes. Look at this though, guys. The sunset now. It's getting to be evening. Yeah, it's really pretty. I never had such luck as me, Christy. This is... Yeah, this is kind of it's a low chance that you're going to find a cave next to a lake, and it's a low chance that you're also going to find a cave next to the spawn or near the ocean. I often don't, and honestly, this was just, I literally randomly generated a seed. Settings, this is the seed right here. I could even put this in the Discord if any of you are interested. I mean, it's so far, I like what I've got here. I like this lake location. This is pretty cool. Because, yeah, it's procedurally generated for those of you that have just popped in. So the seeds are kind of essential there. Early access luck, right? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, remember that seed I gave you with 2 caves close to each other? Yeah, unfortunately, the old seeds don't work anymore, though. I did find that out, so you do have to kind of... Because they changed away, or changed around how the world generates and stuff, you can't use an old seed anymore. And it won't have the stuff in the same spot anyway. You can use it, it's just going to be totally different than it was before, so... Unfortunately, the old seeds I had, I can't really refresh them with a new world. I have to just find a new seed that works nicely. You want the seed? Alright, I'll share the seed in the Discord. Yeah, seed sharing is always good. Heck yeah, I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to put this in the Discord. In fact, I could just go ahead and do that right now. I'll copy it so I don't forget. And then go ahead and post it. Let's see. I'll just post it in the gaming games channel in Discord. Hang on. Aska seed. All right. There you go. You guys can copy that, pop it in a world, and use it. It's a pretty spot. I'd build a village here if I was doing a playthrough. So yeah, it'll give you, like, if we go into building now, you can see all this stuff is grayed out. So you don't really get too overwhelmed right off the bat. It does, you know, you have to start. Like right now we could craft rope, a stone blade. Like it's simple, not much yet. A wooden hoe, stone axe, stone pick, wooden hammer, a stone knife, a fishing rod, a torch. We can't really do anything at the moment. We could craft a flimsy club and a little bow with some sticks and stuff. So, like, you don't have to worry about it feeling too overwhelming as you start. It'll walk you through it all. You'll slowly start unlocking the recipes and things. Yeah, look at this. In the spring, we've got all these, like, purple flowers and stuff on the ground. It's really cool how the graphics change based on the seasons. Heck yeah, don't forget to hit the like button. Thanks, Drunken Dragon. Got it balanced, time to head out. Oh, no worries. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. It's too bad that the old seeds won't work anymore. Yeah, also understandable. Totally. Yeah, I tried that actually before today's stream. I was curious. I was like, oh, could I start a new playthrough with one of my old seeds, and will the caves and stuff still be in the same spot? But they're not. It's totally different. So, yeah. If they do big world changes, the seeds will, they will kind of change based on that. The old saves will still work. You just won't have the newer landscape with the lakes and stuff. Yeah. It's good they thought about not overwhelming us at the start like that. Yeah, definitely. You know, it's pretty simple, especially at night here. You can see, oh, there's a natural water deposit. So let's drink that. You can see as I press the little scan feature, you can see, oh, here's some food. It glows in the dark. It's just such a nice feature that they added. I find myself pressing this scan feature when I'm playing Enshrouded in Valheim constantly. And I'm like, oh, right, that's something that's specific to Aska. It's just such a nice feature. So we don't, even in the dark and stuff, it's even easier to find resources. You're not ever worrying about like, oh, can I pick something? Am I missing something? Everything that's harvestable, it shows up in red. You can obviously harvest all these trees and stuff as well, but it glows the things on the ground that might potentially get hidden by foliage and stuff. It just makes them all viewable. So that's what the scan feature does, which is really a unique, awesome thing about this game. Absolutely hate switching between Enshrouded and Aska because of the scanning feature, yeah. Right? It's just so nice to be able to have that. So nice. And then, yeah, this stuff, this like glowing blue is the Jotunblad. This is how you'll bring in your first villagers, for example. You gotta mine some of that. At the spawn by the shipwreck, they actually give you a little bit of Jotunblad as well to get you started. Yeah, seeing resources is kind of the fun part about Enshrouded, right, yeah. I think this game, because they had really tall foliage, you know, look at all these bushes and stuff, they're taller than me. Look at how big that is. I think because they have foliage like this, that's why they thought, and again, they did a great job of thinking right from the get-go that, oh, players might have a hard time finding things in foliage that's this thick, right? So they made the scan feature that lowers the foliage and highlights all the resources in orange for a period of time, and then see it all raises back up again. It's a really cool, really cool thing. Looks much better than before. Yeah, they constantly keep improving stuff. They really do. It's come a long way. I always get surprised and blown away at what they do every time I come in. And grab some more berries while I'm at it. So you can see, like, it's pretty peaceful. I'm not really worried about, you know, this is already the first night. I obviously had some wolf encounters and stuff, and I was able to just run away. So you don't really have to worry about getting raided right away or something. You've got some time to set up your village, but just, like, prepare for winter. Oh, I've got something back in the bushes there. That's just a deer thing. Not much stuff spooks you out in this game, but when I first played it, I was like, every little rustle and stuff in the bushes, I was like, oh gosh. Like, I'm gonna die. Always that first feeling of playing a game. Oh, there was an onion over here. But yeah, it's looks like they actually made some of the resources higher yield. That's nice. So garlic and onion, just as they do in real life, you can use them to make soups and stuff, and they heal you from colds and sickness, as well as just healing you in general if your health is low. Yes, there is character creation and customization, actually, a lot of it. You can turn raids off, I don't know if you can turn them off, but you can turn them really low. You can make things a lot easier in the world customizers. I don't know if you can turn them completely off, though. But yeah, the character creation is pretty crazy. You can do, you know, customize everything. Hairstyle, your tattoos, all of that. This character I had already customized, so you can use a existing customized character in another world, but you have to, you can't bring your inventory from across from world to world. That's the only thing there. So yeah, you can customize them completely how you want, either choosing Aska or Ragnar profile. This is the Ragnar profile, which has a higher strength buff, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, the Aska profile, if you choose to play as Aska, you get a archery buff for better hunting and agility and stamina and stuff. So they both actually have advantages or disadvantages depending on what you're playing as. So if you played, if you ever want to do a playthrough with a friend, I would highly recommend one of you play as Ragnar and one of you play as Aska, because then you'll get like better benefits and stuff. It's kind of cool how they did that. And yeah, don't forget to set up the foraging markers, exactly. A foraging marker, we can't actually do that. There's the emotes and stuff. But markers will show up in, where is it? This tab, where you can place a marker somewhere, and it gives a radius that shows the villagers, hey, if I wanted to place a wood harvest marker right down here, it tells the villagers, hey, you can harvest the trees in this area, and they'll go over there. Your woodcutters will go over there and harvest the trees. Yeah, definitely. Ragnar eats more, but is stronger and better with melee. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, this right here is not a lake. This is just the ocean. Part of, inland ocean. And I wonder as well with the lakes, this is something I'll have to do a little bit of testing on. Oh yeah, we get little puddles when it's raining too, which is really cool. Yeah, it's beautiful. Something I gotta do some testing as well is if the lakes, oh yeah, when it's stormy, get the waves in the ocean. It's kind of like Valheim water a little bit. But when it's, I'm wondering if the lakes are at a different level than the ocean. I have to actually, like, I don't know how I could measure that. I could create a really cliffy world and try to check that out. Because if they manage to do all these lakes at a higher level than the sea level, then there's no excuse for Valheim not to add lakes. Because they're done in Unity. This is made in the same engine that Valheim was made in. So if these guys manage to do lakes and they're at a different level than the sea level, I feel like Valheim could try to do lakes too. But yeah, these guys have really done well with their graphics and rendering everything. It's cozy, yet it's like, yeah, it's cozy, I guess. A cozy village builder game with a lot to worry about and focus on as well. Aska eats less but weaker and better in archery. Yeah, along those lines, definitely. Does the weather influence your own character? I noticed earlier influenced the villagers, but not. Yeah. So right now, actually, I'm not currently. Yeah, there's not really like a wet meter or something. It's more of your cold. So the weather, you've got a cold meter. And in the winter and stuff, you gotta keep an eye on that. But yeah, the rain, I don't think really affects me, but it does affect. So the villagers that are affected by it, certain villagers have debuffs. And for example, I could bring in a villager and they could say one of their debuffs, for example, is soggy discomfort. Not all villagers have that. I'm just saying, like, you get random chances for your villagers to have certain buffs or debuffs. And soggy discomfort means that that villager will not be working very hard when it's raining. They're going to be grumpy villager when it's raining. So yeah, it affects villagers. Based on just our characters, though, it doesn't really have an effect depending on just rain. But yes, weather will have an effect in general from the seasons changing. But yeah. You totally agree with me about Valheim and the lakes. Lakes, how about rivers? Right. Hey, that's what I'm looking forward about games like maybe Light No Fire and Under a Rock. Games like that coming out with Unreal Engine 5 in the future, because the water mechanics and lighting mechanics for those are just going to be insane. Absolutely insane. But yeah, rain doesn't affect your character like in Enshrouded, definitely. That's probably the only thing that's like not grindy about this game, I guess, is, yeah. But you can see even at the top of my, above my face cam, you can see the season, it's springtime, it's currently 6:55, the temperature is 5.9 degrees. I don't have any villagers right now, so it gives you all kinds of stats that it's, you know, that affect you in some way. They affect you in some way, or your villagers. Soggy discomfort is, yeah, it's not classified as a perk, right? Yeah, it's a debuff. Villagers have certain debuffs. So many games, so little time. Yeah, I feel ya. I feel ya. Yep, Under a Rock is with Unreal Engine 5. It'll give a huge difference, actually swimming in Under a Rock. Exactly. That's what I'm really looking forward to about Under a Rock. It's gonna be a really freaking cool game. Very artsy style of graphics, but I'm looking forward to it. It's a very tiny dev team as well, so we're gonna have to wait a while. I've already been following that game for like 3.5 years now, and they're still not even ready to release it into early access, so it's gonna be a long wait, but it's gonna be a good one. So yeah, with this we got to see the lakes a bit. Where am I? Oh, the lakes freeze in the winter. They do not, but great question. But you will definitely die of cold if you try to go swimming in the winter, I can tell you that much. Like, pretty quickly, instantly. So yeah, don't try to swim in them in the winter. You'll die of cold in them eventually, even if you swim in them in the summer, just because they're cold. They just take a lot longer. Like, I was swimming in that lake a little bit at the beginning of the stream today. But yeah, so you don't want to, and you can see I've got like a little navigation bar at the top of my screen. You can see, oh, the lake is that way, so I can just go that way. I don't have to always like open my map and figure out where I'm going. It's really nice that it gives you like the little navigation bar with the markers on it. So if I want to go to the lake again, we can just head south over here, and I'll come across it. Yeah, the lakes don't freeze. You still gotta be able, you can still fish in the winter for some food. But yeah, crops and everything are pretty seasonal. But yeah, having the seasons, it's the first game I've really played a lot of that has seasons. And it makes for a really fun game. I really like that. Because obviously Enshrouded and Valheim don't have the seasons. They have different biomes, but seasons can be a really fun thing. And I'm, like, Under a Rock I know is going to be having seasons and stuff. Kind of looking forward to other survival crafting games having seasons in the future when they get more of that out. Yeah, lakes don't freeze yet. This is true, Still Saver. This is true. They could do an update at some point where lakes, maybe just lakes in particular, but not the oceans, freeze. Because an ocean wouldn't freeze in the winter, but the lakes, they very well might. Actually, I can't tell you for sure if they don't, because I haven't experienced a lake in the winter just yet, but I'm guessing they don't. But that could be an interesting update. So yeah, now it's kind of foggy. You can experience it all different kind of weathers and stuff. Really an interesting game. Alright, let me just check the status of the giveaway here. Oh, awesome. Somebody found the Aska seed. Alright, in 19 minutes, it'll choose a winner. So if you haven't already, be sure to head into the Discord server, and then in the giveaways channel, just click enter, and we'll see the winner in 19 minutes. Maybe it's after climate change, parallel universe. Yeah, the rain did seem to drop your cold, yeah, but not by much. Exactly. So, yeah, when it was raining and it was nighttime there, it did, my cold bar definitely went down a little bit. So, yeah, if it was raining a lot, then you could, yeah, you could get cold. Or like in the winter, for example, snowstorms and blizzards can come, and you definitely want to make sure you're staying warm for those, and your villagers are warm. Because, yeah, that'll be cold. So yeah, see, it says I'm cold, and I love how they did the water in this game, actually. So I like how it kind of gets darker, and like the lakes are kind of blue, the oceans are kind of a murky green. It's really well done, actually, which is nice. Entered, awesome, awesome. Just getting here now. I'll have to go back and watch from the beginning later. What are we entering for? No worries, Seaboard. Thanks for stopping by. And yeah, we are entering for the key giveaway. I'm giving away a couple keys in this stream that the devs were kind enough to provide. Again, they've been awesome. They've allowed me to do quite a few giveaways on the channel with Aska. So yeah, just subscribe and then head over to the Discord server, and I've got a giveaway channel. You can just hit enter over there. Just saw it in the Discord. Awesome. Perfect. Oh, you foresee many longhouses, lots of fires, perhaps bonfires along the roads, near places. Yeah, exactly. So actually, that's a good point, Sherry. What I do before villagers have a lot of really warm clothes, because you obviously have to assign like a weaver, for example, to craft clothing for your villagers to keep them warm during the winter. But if your villagers don't have that, they're going to need to be by a fire a lot more. So it's a good idea to have some campfires, especially near some key structures. Every house, you'll want to have a campfire, a fire in it, the small fireplace, and some wood storage or whatever. And then when you're having an invasion or things in the winter, it's a good idea to put a fire near where your villagers are going to be fighting. It'll tell you where the fight is going to happen or where the mobs are going to come from on your map. But it's a good idea to put a fire over there so that your villagers can stay warm while they're fighting, because that was one of my biggest mistakes. I didn't have a fire by the invasions, and in the winter, they happen in the winter for a reason. The game is hard on you sometimes, and my villagers would freeze to death. So yeah, That's a good point, and yeah, you want to make sure to do that. Yep. We're giving away 2 keys today, or some. But yeah, good question. And then I'm also going to give one to one of my siblings who might really enjoy the game. I gave one to Crimson a while ago. He hasn't played it very much. But yeah, giving away 2 keys to you guys today. So be sure to enter. Have I ever tried the seasonality mod for Valheim? I did see that there was something like that. Actually, one of my friends, Kongville, I don't know if he's still in the chat here, was doing some of that, or a playthrough with that. Yeah, and that one they actually do freeze the ocean and stuff in Valheim in the winter, don't they? I have seen that, but no, I haven't tried it. That might be a fun one to do. Yeah, the longhouses are definitely fun. Can you add like infinite extensions onto a longhouse? Could you just make like a really big house in Aska because of that? Oh yeah, good idea. Food. See, these berries don't really replenish food very fast. They're kind of a bad food source, but they work. Yeah, that's a good point. What is the game about? Build and survival. Survive. Don't know. Oh yeah, don't know much about it. This game in particular is kind of a village. I'd like to say like village builder game. So it's less about building from scratch like in Valheim Enshrouded. It's more about planning the layout of a village. You can terraform, you can place blueprints and all of that, but it's a bit different. Yeah, I would encourage you to look at some playthroughs or some trailers for it and stuff and whatnot. Maybe rewatch the stream. I tried to go over some of this stuff. Yeah, you would watch Crimson and I play this if I get him on again. Oh, that's good to know. Maybe we'll have to at some point. Yeah, it's not quite as like action-packed. Like he often likes the like FPS style games. So like that's why I love being like a tank and Enshrouded and stuff like that. So this isn't quite as like action-packed all the time. It's more like strategy-based. It's got a lot of action, but it's like more strategy-based action. So I think that's probably why it wasn't his go-to right off the bat, but I think he likes it, so maybe we'll have to hop on and do a little playthrough at some point. Could be fun. Oh, it's 1 big extension and 2 small extensions. Okay, Ericsson, yeah. Because I never really maxed out the size of one of the longhouses, so I was always wondering about that. Yeah. Haven't played Valheim, but you see it's on sale on Steam. Trying to decide if you want to try it. Here it's pretty hard, like Enshrouded, because you can turn down a lot of settings. You can do that in Valheim as well. You can they have really lots of setting sliders and customization. And if you're thinking about Valheim, I would definitely tell you to get that game. I've got about almost 2,000 hours in Valheim, and yeah. Honestly, it's my favorite game alongside Enshrouded. It's so great. It was kind of like the forefront of survival games in that genre. Like Enshrouded had a lot of inspiration from Valheim. Valheim does play pretty well on Steam Deck. Yeah, it does. In fact, I don't know if it's fully certified Steam Deck yet, but it might even be fully Steam Deck compatible at the time. It's Steam Deck compatible, but now I'm curious to see. Let's see, store. Let me check on that. Because yeah, Enshrouded just got fully Steam Deck compatible, which is nice. Oh, let's see. Steam Cloud Remote Play. So it doesn't officially say Steam Deck. Oh, yep, Steam Deck compatibility. It is verified. So yeah, Valheim is fully Steam Deck compatible and officially verified for that. So yeah. Extremely performance friendly too. Valheim and Aska are, yeah, I could play it on a 25-year-old computer and it still works. Like, I'm not joking. Like a throwaway laptop from like an office and it works. It was definitely fun watching the earlier playthrough with the guys. Yeah. That was fun. That was kind of, I still have those live streams up actually. That was kind of like the, oh, what do I want to say? That was my failed playthrough. Of Aska. That was kind of like where I tried a lot of stuff, and we got bombarded with mobs. We didn't lay out our village very well because we were all pretty new to the game, and it was just like, let's just have fun and try this. It was a lot of fun, but like it got so hard at the end. We were like, all right, we got to start over. Yeah. Am I planning on making another parking lot, right? Or someone know that reference? Yep, yep. I had an obsession with terraforming in Aska, so I started flattening out these massive areas, being so scared that someone would come up and raid the village, and I was like, it just started looking ugly because I was doing too much terraforming. Thanks for the sub, Henrik. Welcome. Which would you guys recommend, this or Valheim? Honestly, if I'm giving like my personal opinion, I would recommend Valheim if you haven't played Valheim. If you're thinking between one or the other. If you like Valheim and Enshrouded, then I would recommend this as well. But yeah, Valheim is like that game that you gotta give it a try. It's just so good. Valheim good for single player? Absolutely. Yeah. Valheim is really good for single player. And like I said, you can turn the settings down if you want to make things easier in Valheim and such. It's yeah, it's a really good game. Yeah, Christy remembers that. Yep, yep. Yeah, I do have a full playthrough. I kept up a lot of my Valheim content. I had a beginning playthrough that I did that was video-based. Actually, one of the first playthroughs and some of the first content I even had on this channel was Valheim. And then I did a live stream playthrough of Valheim called Wilderheim, so I have that in a playlist if you want to check it out. Oh my gosh, thanks, Winnie, for the gifted memberships. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. But yeah, Valheim's definitely a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, and you can adjust a lot of things and whatnot. But yeah, I've got playthroughs for it. I've got a lot of build videos for it, because Valheim was mainly what I did before a lot of Enshrouded. And I still plan on doing a lot with Valheim. I'm just kind of waiting for 1.0, because I've done a lot of playthroughs of Valheim at this point. So I'm kind of waiting for the Deep North biome updates, and then I'll maybe hop back in and maybe even do another playthrough for the channel, because it's so worth it. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, your anxiety kept going up as I kept terraforming. Honestly, mine too, Christy. Terraforming always freaks me out, even if it's like maybe Minecraft terraforming's the less, the least freaky, because it can always just be reverted back to normal or things like that's what I liked about Valheim with like the terrain reset mod and stuff. Yeah, terraforming it always freaks me out. I go way too much, or I don't do enough. I don't know. I gotta do more terraforming and just be more confident and more natural about it. I always tend to do it too artificially. It's a challenge, like with my Forest Village project in Enshrouded, to try to do all the terraforming there and make it look natural and nice. I think it's turning out well. It's just taking me a lot of time, but love the vibe of these streams. Well, thanks, Winnie. Appreciate it. Always good to see you here. One last question for everyone. Subnautica is also on sale. Anyone play that? I have heard rave reviews about Subnautica. I have not played it myself, but I know lots of people who do. Crimson actually plays that, one of my friends that I've done the Enshrouded playthrough with on this channel. It's a really, really great game. The reviews of it are amazing. So I can't say I recommend it from a personal place, because I've never played it or owned the game, but it supposedly is really, really good, and on my list of ones I'd like to try at some point. So it's just less, yeah, it'll be more like, Satisfactory style graphics, a bit less open worldy, like with like, yeah, like the foresty feel of like Aska or Enshrouded or Valheim or things like that. Thinking of actively screaming at the screen while watching me flatten all the land. Oh, now this is just going to become a big joke of my terraforming. How do I set up OBS live stream without headphones? Oh, but not get echo. That's kind of a hard thing to do. Yeah, if you're listening, if you're streaming with it playing out loud on speakers, if your speakers are turned up high, you're probably going to get echo, especially if your microphone is like mine, where it's like a condenser microphone. My best bet would be to get a directional mic. I actually have one as well. It's just a Shure SM57 is a really good option. It just points at your vocals and it tries not to pick up other sounds. It's what a lot of singers use on stage in a live concert. So it'll be more about the mic that you get and your volume settings than it will be about OBS. Unfortunately, you can't really set up... you could try to put like a noise cancellation thing on OBS on the mic as well, but yeah, that would be pretty hard. You want Subnautica 3 so bad? Didn't Subnautica 2 is that what you meant? Yeah, Subnautica freaks you out being attacked underwater. Yeah, the whole game is, yeah, it's an underwater game for sure. This is true. The fear of the, you know, being underwater all the time could be something there. You had ear surgery on your right ear, and okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm sure there would be ways to do that. Yeah, if you want to reach out on Discord, I'd be happy to send you a link for that specific mic. It's a really affordable, great option for a directional mic that you could at least try and see if it gets better with the echo. But yeah, feel free to reach out in the Discord somewhere. I'd be happy to get back to you and give you a link for that and such. It would probably freak you out too. You already don't like going into the Shrouded and Enshrouded. You wait till daylight. Yeah. So it's probably less of, yeah, Subnautica and then in the Shroud. It'll maybe be a similar feel, but you played Subnautica 2 like an addict, yeah. Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I kind of want to try it. I know Subnautica 2 is also, I think, multiplayer, right? So I could maybe do a playthrough with someone. Alright, oh, it's night again. I'll raise the gamma. I know we've just kind of been chatting at this point. About any questions of Aska, if any of you have any others. The giveaway has 4 minutes left on the timer. So hopefully I covered some of the stuff. It was fun to check out some of the new buildings and upgrades. There's a lot to do. A lot that they added, so I'm glad that, you know, just kind of read a lot of the patch notes at the beginning of stream to get the biggest picture of what's going on. And did a little bit of it, checked out the lakes. You guys got a sense of the graphics, a little bit of how the game works. Yeah, so hopefully it's been fun, and we'll hop over to the Discord screen for the giveaway here shortly. Hey, Serpentine. Yeah, Subnautica 2 is going to be multiplayer. Awesome. Yeah, it has really good reviews, definitely. Have any of you guys played the game It Takes Two, or the new game that just dropped, Split Fiction? The best split screen, like, couch multiplayer games I've ever played. They are so much fun. Crimson and I did a playthrough of It Takes Two. It was a lot of fun, and maybe we'll have to do another one on Twitch and then do a playthrough of Split Fiction after. It's just, oh my god, out of the world. Just, they did such a great job, both by the same developers, and it's crazy. Yeah, I hope to do another tavern build for the Enshrouded build later this week, probably Friday. And then next week, like I said at the beginning, I'll be in Mexico, so I will not be streaming next week. But yeah, I hope to do another tavern build stream later this week. Yeah, It Takes Two is awesome. Yeah, they did such a good job. Yeah, I recommend Split Fiction, definitely. They're both just amazing games. They have been a lot of fun. Got it for, well, Crimson and I actually got It Takes Two first. And actually, let me go ahead and save this and quit to desktop here. And then I'm going to head to display capture, and let's just go to, oops, Discord. Hang on, you guys see my camera? Okay, there we go. Now I'm on the Discord page for the giveaway, which is in 2 minutes, so enter quick if you haven't already. Subscribe, join the Discord server through the link in the description, or !Discord in Twitch or YouTube chat, and you'll get a link for it. And then go to the giveaways and enter into the giveaways chat. So we're sharing the giveaways tab here. This is the Aska giveaway. We've got 2 minutes left. But yeah, we got It Takes Two for Crimson and I to play. And then we had so much fun, and my dad was looking for some fun games to do with my sister and I. And I was like, hey, I've got It Takes Two. We should try it. He really liked it. He's never played games on controller before. And I was like, oh, cool. You know, it was a fun way for him to learn the controller. And then from how much he liked it, we went ahead and got Split Fiction like 2 days after it came out. And it's just, yeah, it's been a blast. Don't have any more friends to get the game for, Irksome. Did you enter? I'm sure you'll find a friend or give it to someone else in the Discord who of your choosing. I'm not gonna say like there's rules on no entry. Like, yeah, if you guys are watching the streams, like you've been such a support to the channel. Like, you can, if you've won something before, feel free to enter again. You know, if you're coming back and still on the streams and supporting the channel, I'm not gonna, you know, put rules in place that say you're not allowed to enter. So yeah, and I appreciate all of your support. Super stoked that we got to 20K subscribers, and yeah, super excited to keep going with the channel for sure. I can't wait. All right, 10 seconds to go on the giveaway. All right, there we go. We got it. All right, let me, how do I turn off streamer mode to see who actually won? We got May won a copy. I can already see that. Gotta actually try to turn off streamer. Yeah, May, awesome. You're in the chat. Perfect. And we got, let's see. This is the profile picture of the other person that won. I can't see the name right now. I have the streamer mode on. Let me see if I can turn it off here quick. Yeah, congrats to the winners. I will DM you guys on Discord with keys to the game. May, I already see you in the live chat. And, oh, Cheldrea, awesome, awesome. Cheldrea, are you in live chat as well? Or just feel free to send me a DM on Discord, and I'll check that and then send you a game key. I did have a banner, but I got rid of that banner just to have a cleaner looking screen for the sake of this stream. So I apologize for that, but yeah, thanks for that. One of the best games. Love Aska. Heck yeah, heck yeah. Congrats, you guys. And thank you, as always, to all of you for your support. Thanks for watching. And if you didn't win a game key, then the game is currently on 35% off, which is a really, really big sale right now on Steam. Actually, if I go to Steam currently, it is currently 16, yeah, just over 16 US dollars, which is, I think, the cheapest it's ever been. Yeah, which is really well worth it. So definitely feel free, pick up a copy if you'd like. And I could try to put a Steam link in the chat here for you guys. Twitch and YouTube if you want to check it out. Here's a YouTube chat, and I'll put the link in Twitch chat for any of you watching over there. All right. Awesome. Well, I'm glad that giveaway system worked out. Like I said, I'm also trying to get like a new chat bot so we can just do the giveaways in the live chat. But for now, Stream Elements can't do giveaways in the chat, so I'm glad this worked, and thank you guys so much for joining. Yeah, if any of you want to know more about it, feel free to watch, rewatch some of the stream, or ask any questions in the Discord server. A lot of us love this game. It's such an amazing game, a lot of fun. I've done a few playthroughs, and yeah, maybe I'll get back into it again, do some more building and stuff. Yeah, fully expect to see some cussing and screaming in Discord after the few new players get a few hours to play, right? Yeah, there'll be some frustrations with Aska. It's a fun challenge. Just have patience and have fun. That's the best advice. Have patience and have fun. It's like, yeah, the whole efficiency challenge of laying out your village is a lot of fun. Yeah, I'll be streaming Enshrouded later this week. Yep. So definitely stay tuned for that. Yep. Maybe Nutty Streamer Bot can do it. Yeah, yeah. Does he have his own? I think he did. I'm thinking about either making my own or using something like that. I know Nightbot, I think, can do it. Streamlabs bot, I think, can do some of it. But, and then I know like streamer.bot, which I'm going to look into. So yeah, anyway, topic for a different day. But I'll try to, yeah, maybe look into some of that, get some better bot stuff in the chat going with commands and stuff. But yeah, thank you guys for joining today. It's been a pleasure streaming again and doing some Aska. And yeah, had a lot of new people who didn't know what the game was about, so hopefully you have a slightly better understanding now. Yeah, Sherry thinks StreamerBot is his. Okay, yeah, StreamerBot. He does, he was sponsored by them, but it's actually not his, but yeah, he does a lot of videos of StreamerBot. So yeah, maybe I'll check out some of his videos and do it. You'll be away on Friday and the weekends, so you'll miss the live. We'll have to watch after. Oh, no worries, T-Bird. Yeah, we'll try to do it Friday morning. Tomorrow, tomorrow and Thursday, I've got some stuff going on, so tomorrow I might be able to squeeze it in the morning, but not sure, so I'm gonna say Friday. So I'll catch you guys live again Friday for another Enshrouded Tavern building stream, and then, like I said, Mexico all of next week, which should be fun. I don't travel much, so it should be a fun time. Little getaway in the winter here. So, alrighty. Well, thank you, everyone. I will reach out in DMs to the winners of the Aska keys. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, just reply to those DMs to confirm. I know, May, you've confirmed in chat. And then I will send you guys the information. So thank you so much for joining, for the support. Go buy Aska if you want. It's an awesome game. And subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next one. Alrighty. Cheers, everyone.